All right, are you okay?
Yeah, I just have a little bit of anxiety.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for your
We are
concern.
here. We're here on a sentencing to a plea that was taken yesterday to an operating while visibly impaired. We adjourned till today for the court to be able to review the substance use assessment. Mr. Carnes, I see you have it in your hand. Do you need some more time to look at it?
No, Your Honor, I reviewed it. Thank you.
Do the parties have any corrections or additions to the assessment?
No, Your Honor, I reviewed it with my client.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. McKinney, before we get into sentencing, I have a question for you. I read in the assessment, and what it says is that he disclosed remembering the police approaching him as he was on the ground and being taken to jail, where he stated, "I remember I was babbling and talking nonsense." Yesterday, you gave me some facts to find you guilty. My question to you today is, do you actually remember the event of driving?
Yeah, I got images in my head, like what happened. I faintly remember. Yeah, I drove up onto the yard and I played music in his yard, and I just miscalculated the turn and hit his house.
And is that your memory, or did that come from a police report or somebody telling you what happened?
That's my memory.
That's your memory. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The only reason I asked is because I want to make sure that the plea we took yesterday was what you had remembered, and not what somebody had told you had done, because there would be a different process we have to go through. So I just want to make sure we didn't need to do a no contest plea in this case. So.
Okay.
Ms. Fiorvento, any allocution?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just also emphasize this assessment actually occurred back in June 25th. I have gone over those issues with my client, and his memory has improved over time. It's kind of come back to him over time. I did verify he wasn't mimicking anything from a police report. Otherwise, we would have discussed a no contest plea at that point.
Okay.
Thank you. No, as to allocution, Your Honor, my client is extremely remorseful, and I know he would also like to address the court today about how these events have helped him realize the negative impact of THC on his daily life. All of that considered, Your Honor, while he has had issues on bond, he has appeared for his court hearings. He is willing to abide by the court. He recognizes that he needs assistance. We would recognize too, by our calculus, he now has 28 days. Yesterday, 29 days of credit. We would ask the court to take that into consideration as well. He would respectfully request another opportunity at probation to help get services and treatment, and also community support resources. He is a person who has had on and off mental and physical health issues throughout his life. He has lost one of his strongest support people recently, as we discussed yesterday. He recognizes the need for those supports, and he hopes that if given those supports, he will be able to take full advantage of them and use them to not just remedy this situation, but going forward, remedy the things that have led him before this court now and in the past, so it does not happen again. Thank you.
Ms. Fiorvento, did you say 29 days credit?
We have 27 in our system from his previously being housed. He couldn't initially, he sat for a period because he could not initially afford his bond. Our system shows 29 days. And then if he went in yesterday, 28, our system shows 27 days. He went in yesterday, if we count that as 28, and if we count today as 29. But I would leave that to the court how I'd like to count.
We calculated 25. So do you have
25?
Do you have his dates handy?
One moment, let me look in the file. So our system automatically calculates it, and that is showing me 27 from the date of arraignment to the date that we received notice he had been released, but I have to look manually back to verify other components, see if we have an arraignment sheet.
So it looks like he was arraigned on June 9th.
9th, that's what I have.
I assume he went in on the 6th of June.
All I have is arraignment date of June 9th, Your Honor. Arraignment on June
He was
9th.
arrested on the 6th.
He was arrested the 6th. When did he bond out?
It would have been just, he may be able to give you a better idea of that, Your Honor. I'm looking at the file to see if I have that. It was just after he received his money from the state.
Sir, do you remember what day you bonded out of jail?
Yeah, so it was the 1st of July.
July 1st?
Yes,
And then you went back in yesterday, right?
that is correct.
All right.
So if we got out on Tuesday the 1st, I have 27, Your Honor.
I'll come up with 25.
We went on Friday.
There'd be 24 days left in June. I mean, that he sat 24 days, the 6th to the 1st would be 24. Because he doesn't get credit for the day he bonded out.
All right, you are correct, Your Honor. I think our system is counting the day he bonded out.
It would still only be 26 then.
Today it's 26.
Well, he would get credit for yesterday, which would make it 20. Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we agree it's the 25 days.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right. Mr. Carnes?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a disturbing incident. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. But I can imagine, I mean, it's June 6th. People could easily be in the front yard and really have a truck rolling into a house. It does sound like the defendant is remorseful and that this scared him. And I respect that. I sincerely hope that it's true and this behavior doesn't continue. However, with his behavior on bond, I just don't think he's supervisable. I'd ask the court to impose 60 days jail with no probation.
Refresh my memory, Mr. Carnes. When was this, in the evening or night, early in the morning?
It was dark. The body camera was dark. If you give me a second, Your Honor, I would give it.
All right, I'll let that in down here now.
It was about 10:45 p.m.
And this was in the city, so it was a residential neighborhood.
Yes, it was a resident. There were two houses very close to each other. Occupants from both houses were out and concerned.
They were outside.
By the time police arrived,
Okay,
I don't think
all
anyone
right.
was outside when the vehicle hit the cars. As the police showed up, there were multiple people outside. It was 451 East Chapin Street.
Shape. Okay. Did he go through an intersection and strike a house, or did he veer off and strike a house? Do you
I
know?
think he veered off the road. That's
Mr.
my
Bento?
impression.
I don't believe it was, he was like striking a house in the sense he went into the house, reviewing the police report. He was more like in the yard and kind of near a tree. It's not super clear.
It was reported he bumped a house. There was absolutely no damage to the house, so clearly.
So he
wasn't
didn't
going
drive-
that fast.
He didn't drive into the house.
He didn't-
He hit the house, but he
Right into
didn't.
it, But it looks like there was contact. That's what was reported by the people in the house.
It's from my understanding, the vehicle was found in the yard. Police were contacted, and then my client was found not far from the vehicle. He had gotten out and was found not far from the vehicle.
Do we know how far the house was from the street? Is that in the report anywhere?
That's not in the report. The report says the Silverado truck was stuck at the top of an embankment, the residents stopping the vehicle. I think it was close to the street. That's my memory from watching the body cam.
If the court will allow, I can pull Google Maps of the property.
Sure. Mr. McInerney, while your counsel's bringing up a photo of the house, is there anything you'd like me to know?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that I've come to the realization that although marijuana may not be a heavy narcotic, but when you spend all of your time, money, and effort into getting it and consuming it, it does become destructive. And I feel like one of the reasons why I'm in oranges right now is because of THC, and I really feel like I'm never gonna smoke marijuana again. I just had enough of it. It's caused too much chaos in my life.
When did you come to that realization?
Just over the last couple nights. Like, it's useful. Like, I'm on low income, so I can't afford it. And then I just spend way too much time and effort looking for it. And it's not a heavy narcotic, but when you spend all your time, money, and effort looking for it, it does become destructive. And I don't want to smoke marijuana anymore personally myself. I've had enough of it. I only smoked it to fit in before in the past anyways, to find friends, and it showed me that it doesn't really attract good friends either. So I've had enough of marijuana. I don't want to smoke marijuana anymore personally.
Your assessment says that you use it for maybe some medical purposes, even though you might not have a medical card, but you're using it for some anxiety issues.
Yeah, and a little bit of depression, but the positives that it has does not outweigh the negatives that it's caused in my life. Like, it's taken my time, my money, and my effort, and now it's taken my freedom, I feel like. And I can't deal with this no more. It's not worth it.
And did I also read in the assessment that they had been playing around with your medications a little bit?
Yes, we tried a new medication that I had an adverse reaction to, and I couldn't eat nothing for 3 days because I felt like my gallbladder was going to explode every time I put something in my mouth.
Well, the assessment indicates that you don't have a substance use disorder, which is a good thing. Now, Ms. Fioravento had indicated that you would like to be placed on probation for some services. So what services would you like to see out of probation?
Maybe some sort of anger management service that I could get through them, because I have an anger problem because I'm bipolar. And now that I'm 40 years old, I'm able to communicate a little bit better and control my anger better. But just like things like, because my truck broke down too, and I might need some guidance into getting like the Salvation Army and how to figure out how getting help to fix my truck, my dad's truck. And I think having a little bit of support from people outside of my circle would be a really positive thing for me. So I think probation would help me transition to a different part of my life where I'm not smoking marijuana anymore.
I assume you've been on probation before, given some of your prior history. Am I correct on that?
Yes, I have been on probation before.
Were you successful with probation?
I believe I was successful, but then I was also unsuccessful one time. But that was back when I still had the addictive mentality And where I felt like I'll never quit smoking weed. That's how I felt in the past. Now I'm like, get it away from me, man. I don't want to be around it.
Well, I hope that's true. It's concerning that, you know, you tested yesterday and tested positive for THC. When was the last time you had used it?
I'm not gonna lie, it was yesterday in the morning because of my subconscious mind just going through the steps in the morning. I woke up and I hit the pipe and like, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this. I gotta go to court today. I gotta have a clear head.
How much do you use a day?
Well, in the past, I'd consume as much as humanly possible, but like I said, I don't want to be around this stuff anymore. Like if there was another joint to smoke and fire it up, I'd feel, but
Okay. Anything else you'd like me to know?
um, not really, you know, it's just, I think it's time for a change in my life. And I think if I remove THC from my life, the only drug I'm addicted to, then it would produce a lot more positive outcomes in my life and bring me to a lot better place in my life if I stop smoking marijuana.
Okay. Mr. Carnes, was there any restitution requested in this case?
No, there was not.
Ms. Ferventa, were you able to find a
Yeah, I was
photo?
able to pull up a Google map, just kind of a street view if the court wants to see that.
Yeah, if you could approach me.
Prosecutor.
I've reviewed it.
Sorry, I've got a privacy screen on, so it's a little hard to see. Let me know if you need to change
What-
your angle.
Do we know which house it
It's
was?
the blue house. It's the blue house,
The
right?
one right in the middle, huh?
That's my understanding.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'd just like to add one more thing that like, when I do get out of here, the first thing I'm gonna do is go empty my bag of weed into the toilet and smash my pipe. Like, that's what my intentions are, no matter what the outcome is. If I sit in jail or whether I'm on probation, that is my goal, to smash that pipe and dispose of that weed.
I've got one more question for you. You know, you had said yesterday, the reason why you weren't testing when you were supposed to is because you couldn't get to Cadillac. How did you get to Cadillac yesterday for court?
My mother came and picked me up. Well, she came and picked me up the night before and I stayed the night at her house. So she had to come pick me up in the morning. So
Are you mom? Ma'am, are you his mother? All right, and she's in the courtroom today, just so you know.
Okay.
Well, sir, this could have gone in an entirely different way for you. You're very lucky that you didn't crash actually into that house. When I saw the street view video, that was quite a hill that you would had to have climbed to even get up to that house. And had you been going fast enough, it may have even launched you into the house. So very fortunate in that regard. And you're also very fortunate, at least the photograph I saw, there was a big tree in front of that house that you didn't strike that tree, and wind up seriously injured or worse yet, dead.
Yeah.
Because you have requested probation and you've indicated that you were successful with probation in the past, you may have stumbled in another incident, but you have completed successfully. And I think you have outlined some areas in which you're asking for assistance. And I think hopefully we can point you in the right directions and give you some programming for that. Like I said, the assessment shows that you don't have a substance use issue, shows you have no disorder, but you're telling me you're addicted and you smoke it basically all day long if you could. So that raises some concerns. I understand that there might be some issues with some change in medications, but as I recall, the labs that Mr. Carnes cited yesterday during the plea, you had some very high levels of THC in your system. So I think it is appropriate to place you on a period of probation for a couple of reasons. One is to help you with any addictions that you have, and two is to try to keep the community safe. I don't think, while you earn the right to sit in jail, I don't think jail is going to help you. I think you need to be out working services as opposed to sitting in the jail. So your jail sentence is going to be 25 days jail with 25 days credit. All right. So you'll be released at some point today.
Thank you.
I'm going to put you on a period of probation for 24 months. During that time, you're not to violate any law. You are to report as ordered, and you cannot leave the state of Michigan without the consent of your probation officer. And you must also keep your employment and your contact information current. Now, this charge does allow you to be released early. So if you've done everything we need you to do at the 12-month mark, you can be released at that point. If something happens where your probation officer doesn't think you should be released, but you think you should, you can file a petition on your own and we'll have a hearing and I'll make that decision as to whether or not you should be terminated from probation successfully. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Also, I'm going to order that you attend the alcohol highway safety education class and the victim impact panel. I'm also ordering no illegal drugs, including recreational marijuana. I realize alcohol was not an issue in this case, but I'm also going to order no alcohol because I don't want you trading one substance for another substance. Right. And you'll be subject to testing pursuant to the terms of your probation officer. I also want you to follow the substance use assessment recommendations, which are basically to stay clean.
Okay.
I'm ordering any counseling that your probation officer feels is appropriate, including for drugs and alcohol, and any other programming that she feels is necessary. Now, you mentioned anger management. I'm going to mark that if she determines that it's appropriate. All right?
Okay.
Because it wasn't really a driving force behind what happened here. It's not like you got mad and crashed into a house. So
right.
It's not really appropriate for me to put you into classes for that, but because you're asking for it, I'll let her make that decision. All right.
Okay.
There is a $75 Crime Victims' Rights Fund fee, a $50 state minimum fee. You're on SSI, is that correct?
Supplemental security income, yes.
All right. How much a month do you get?
$948 a month.
Are you your own payee?
Yes, I am my own guardian.
All right. Given your income, I'm going to waive the fine. I'm going to waive the court costs. I'm also going to waive the attorney fee. I am going to charge you 12 months of probation, which is $360. If you end up staying longer than the halfway mark, you're going to have to pay the monthly probation fee. Mr. Carnes, any reimbursements requested?
Your Honor, it's a blood draw, $200 to the Cadillac City Police Department and $100 prosecuting.
Sir, the law in some instances allows for recoupment of some of the costs in prosecuting these types of cases, and OWIs happen to be one of those. So I'm ordering $100 reimbursed back to the prosecutor's office and $200 reimbursed back to the City of Cadillac Police Department.
Can I just pay all the fines to the courthouse here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Even though I have sentenced you to time served, you do have the right to appeal that decision. And if you decided that you wanted to appeal it and could not afford an attorney to assist you, you have 14 days from today's date to request the appointment of an attorney. Also, any balance that remains unpaid for more than 56 days will have a 20% penalty added to that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. At some point, you'll be released today. If there's still time, I'll need you to contact you'll need to come over here to the courthouse and get signed up for probation at the district court probation office on the ground floor. You'll also need to stop here and make a payment. And if you're not able to make a payment, get signed up for payment arrangements.
Okay.
All right.
And where do I sign up for payment arrangements? Where do I sign up for that in the probation office?
You can come to our front window at the court.
Okay.
Yep. So where you normally check in for court, they can help you there
Yeah.
for a payment plan. And then, like I said, the district court probation office is on the ground floor of the courthouse.
Okay, yep,
All right. Do you have any questions for me at all?
no question.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.